Right, welcome ladies and gents. Welcome. Let me turn and face you. Sorry about that. We're here to talk about Blue Beetle. Of course we are. Why are we here to talk about Blue Beetle? Well, its Rotten Tomatoes score has been revealed. Side note, on top of that, James Gunn's also said it's part of the DCU, even though it has references to Man of Steel and others. More confusion. Does this sound reminiscent to other films that have come out? You know, maybe like The Flash, where they said it's the best movie ever and it's going to restart things. And yeah, there could be more. Yeah, sounds a lot like that, doesn't it? Sounds like the PR train is in full effect. Sounds like stuff we've heard already. Rotten Tomatoes score is not actually that bad, in fairness. It dropped a little bit, so it started at 88%. And, you know, this was kind of worrying, mainly because in terms of, like, the reviews and things like that, the review embargo hasn't been lifted yet, which was like, that's a bit weird. Well, that has, obviously, now, I believe. But it's like a day, 2 days to go. It's not a good look, generally speaking, when a movie doesn't want you to know anything that's going on in it that close to release. It looks like it's bad. So when the Rotten Tomatoes score was revealed, I was like, oh, this will make an interesting video. But 88% is not bad, but it has dropped. So it's dropped now even further to 84%. And, you know, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't really mean anything. But the reviews themselves, they're fine. You know, they're not exceptionally great. The negative ones, for instance, despite a charming and funny ensemble, Latino people now have their very own generic DCEU movie. And this is the thing, is it did look generic from the off anyway. It looks like a Marvel Phase 1 movie. Now, some would say that that's not bad. And you know what? You'll get exactly what you want when you watch that movie. Some people want a little bit more, or something different, or something fresh. And if this is kickstarting the DCU to sort of thrive off of you know, a comparison to a Marvel Phase 1, that's not that good. That's not good. It doesn't differentiate itself in any way. But again, there's lots of positives, you know. Blue Beetle is a fun and action-packed film filled with heartwarming moments, especially with the Reyes family, which is the film's greatest strength. They've been banging on about this family business and saying that that's basically Latinos, like Latinos invented family apparently in this world. But no, honestly, that is the talking point currently from the studio. Family, family, family. This one, a warmed-over origin story with some contradictory messaging about violence. It plays like a weak riff on Marvel's rival Ant-Man films, with a bit of Venom and various iterations of Spider-Man thrown in. Yeah, it's just not for me. This doesn't sound like it will be for me. For every mention of revolutionary direct action, there is a scene with a stereotypical trope, so I'm not convinced that the film takes a major step forward in terms of representation. Oh, interesting. So they do stereotyping of Latino people then. The action sequences prove to be just as weak and ineffectual as the characters, fueled by unimpressive CG duels, humdrum fight choreography, and an unthinkable lack of tension. Oof. But again, I'm saying some of the negative ones here, but there's lots of positives. A hell of a lot of positives, actually. You know, it is predominantly positive. People really like it, but people really liked The Flash and things like that. So it's not really saying much, is it? Discussing film, Xolo Maradena is undoubtedly a star in the making. He was born to play Blue Beetle and knocks it out of the park with his personable and charming performance. I mean, this is all positive stuff. Roger Ebert, Robert Daniels for Roger Ebert, says this heartwarming, crowd-pleasing comic book flick is less serious and more colourful than the tonally dour mood of many contemporary superhero movies. Many contemporary superhero movies? What superhero movies have been dour and dark? They're all bloody vibrant, cut-edged. You have to go back to Nolan's films to get sort of dour and dark now. Goodness me, what is going on with this? Anyway, like I said, you then have James Gunn, the lying dunce, come out and being like, Jamie Reyes will be an amazing part of the DCU moving forward, which that paired with the distinct lack of embargo, or the embargo time frame being so tight to the film's release, it does sound like they're trying to drum up positive sales, similar to what they did with The Flash. And do you know what I mean? Like, look, I'm being cynical, okay? But forgive me, and it's not being negative, it's being cynical. There's a difference. Although someone would say that crosses over. But it's also being a realist. Cynicism and realism can cross over, right? There can be a Venn diagram of cynicism and realism. And they cross over when we have many instances of bloody James Gunn saying a whole bunch of nonsense. Trying to drum up, you know, audiences for his movies. So I just don't buy it. I'm being cynical for a reason. But yeah, Blue Beetle arrives in theatres this weekend. Loads of people think that it looks like a big improvement. There is no excitement for this movie. Like, there just isn't. And this is part of it, right? So the embargo's so tight, there isn't really excitement. It's projected like a $30 million opening weekend. That's woeful. That's real bad. But anyway, uncertainty surrounding how and when the DCEU will become the DCU is another contributing factor. So James Gunn has previously said that Xolo Jamie Reyes will be part of the new DCU, despite this movie not being set in that world. Do you know anything that you're talking about these days, James? Honestly, mate. During an appearance at Blue Beetle's low-key premiere yesterday, the filmmaker reiterated those comments. I can't wait for audiences. This was at the premiere, so again, sorry that I'm being cynical. I can't wait for audiences to meet Jamie Reyes, who will be an amazing part of the DCU going forward. Yeah, you know what, mate? I just don't. I'm not gonna lie. I just disbelief. Press X to doubt. So, anyway, like I said, it's dropping. Has it dropped anymore? 70. 68. Oh, so it's going back up again. Interesting. No, wait. Wasn't it 70 before? 68, 84. Have they removed 2 reviews? What? Am I right in saying that they've removed 2 reviews? I think they have, you know. I swear that was 70. What the fuck? Top critics, 77. Meh, not great. I swear there was 2 more reviews. Anyway, who cares? It's not really a big deal. I thought you'd find this funny. I did. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Check out my second channel. It's podcasts and stuff down in the description box. I've also got a car channel where I work on Datsuns. And they don't really run very well. That's down below in the description box as well. Anyway, cheers guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.